As is typical at High Impact Motorsports, we always start with the junkiest stuff that's been sitting in the desert forever, right?
Oh yeah.
Hello, welcome to another edition of High Impact Garage. I'm Patrick.
Darren.
And we are here to work on something. We have a project that came in. It's this 1983 720 truck, which is about to donate its chassis for a 1977 King Cab. But before we do that, before we strip that thing down to a bare frame so we can use it for the 620, we're going to go ahead and figure out what is going on and what's good with the 720 stuff. Because there's going to be an engine, a transmission that are out that go somewhere else. We're going to need to know all of those things, so we're going to get started on that. As is typical at High Impact Motorsports, we always start with the junkiest stuff that's been sitting in the desert forever, right?
Oh yeah.
And so we've pulled the battery out of the Z. We've got it hooked up. We've already verified that it seems to crank over.
I think a lot of Black Widows have sacrificed their lives for this.
So for this moment in time, we're gonna see what we can do to make this start. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the truck. Darren is gonna use the brake cleaner method, and I'm gonna pop you guys right there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm in the truck right now, and I'm gonna use my key, which is just a flat blade screwdriver, and I'm gonna crank over on this thing, and we're gonna get it going. All right, so here's my key. And let's go ahead and start it. Doesn't sound like she's wanting to start. So it didn't really want to try and start. We use my favorite, which is non-chlorinated brake fluid, or brake cleaner. And we sprayed it down the throttle body. Didn't start. Alright, we're going to try it again and see what happens. Alright, let's try it now. So something tells us that this ain't the best situation ever. So this battery was starting the Z. So if it's starting the Z, but it's not starting this, I'm wondering if
Battery draw.
something. We'll have to do some checking. All right, so this right here can never be too good of a situation. Looks like some rodent has ate through one of the spark plug wires. We also don't know if we have spark at all, so maybe we'll do a quick spark check. Sound like a plan? Yeah. Do you want to try and crank it over? Oh, hang on. All right, Darren, fire in a hole. Good. We have no spark. The car won't start. Truck won't start. We think that it's the starter, so we decided to pull the starter out of the vehicle.
I think spiders had fun with it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard that clunking? That's the starter armature moving in and out on the bearing, so it's toast.
Yeah.
So we have over here, we have our contingency starter that we've got set aside just in this case. So we're going to throw it in, see what happens. All right, so we found that this thing has no spark. So after changing the starter, We decided to change the distributor, which is a Cardone unit, and now we're going to try and start it. All right. We never did verify we have actual spark.
No.
Hang on. All right, so this is the new situation. We are manually actuating the clutch. You're wondering why? Yeah, Darren, show us why. Show us why. Does it move?
Nah, I'd say it's easy.
So yeah, we got spark finally once, and the motor seized. So this motor is toast. So no moving forward.
No compression.
We like 1 and 1 now.
Yeah.
All right, it's the morning. We are. We've had a chance to look. We've had a chance to try and get this stupid truck over here started. It does not start because the motor is locked up.
Yeah, it's
That's.
seized.
Yeah, Darren, what was that?
It's seized.
Yeah, it's seized. It's hosed. So the game plan today is that we're going to rip this truck completely apart. There's very, very little of this truck that's actually going to be used at another time on the project for this customer. So we're going to strip this thing down, and I don't know where we're going to put all these parts, but we're going to strip this thing down, and we're going to basically get this thing down to the point where we can start taking some measurements and get this frame down to where it needs to be. All right, so Darren has taken this truck apart, and now we're going to lift the body off the frame. Okay, hold on there. All right, so we're trying to figure out what happened here, why we're not lifting up on this side. Stuff is disconnected. This is not. That's gonna go there. I don't know. We'll see. Man, I wish I would have got that on camera. Anyway, I just lifted up on this corner and the whole thing went boom! We're good to go. All right, let's put it up in the air. So how big a body lift do you need?
I think we need 6 feet.
6 foot body lift?
6 foot body lift.
Yeah, I think that's only 5. Not high enough.
Yeah.
So here we are. So this is a 620 frame, and that over there is a 720 frame. And we're actually looking this thing over, and we did a tape measuring job on it, right?
Oh, yes, we did.
And these mounts and those mounts actually line up.
Yeah.
So
Lengthways, widthwise, it's the same.
So we're not going to be in this as much fabrication-wise as we had initially anticipated, which is really positive.
Less stressful.
Yeah, less stressful. But yeah, we're going to take and get the frame over there. We're going to go ahead and get that sucker cleaned up and ready for what we need to do. We're going to pre-fit a body, not the body, but we'll pre-fit an A body onto it, and hopefully have some more progress. All right, so this project, so we bared the frame, and then we started mounting body parts. So we got a donor cab over there, and there is the bed mounted onto the frame. And if you look at it, the axle is actually set back on this a bit, so we're gonna have to rectify that, but should work. All right, so here we are with that cab we got back from our good buddy, and it was sitting on this frame, which was cut in half at some point. And if you take a look at where those cab mounts are, that's the most important point. And we walk over to this frame, which we're going to be using. Those mounts look suspiciously in the same place for the most part. So now we're going to roll this chassis over there and under there, and we're going to see if it all fits. Alright, so this lift is slow coming down. Get it to line up. Okay, so I skipped ahead a little bit. But yeah, there's a 620 body on a 720 chassis. So now I'm going to get it up in the air, get under it, see what lines up, what doesn't. Alright, so let's take a tour underneath this project. Yeah, don't fall. OSHA violation right there. So let's take a tour under here. So the only real discrepancy right here is at this point. There is a hole, so this is where the front apron mount for a 720 would be. This lines up with the 620 apron. There happens to be a bolt hole already here that is in the correct alignment. And this doesn't look aligned. I'm gonna probably have to drill it out a little bit, but it's close. And then same deal over here, but keep in mind this apron is actually not, it was just sheet metal screwed on, so we're not 100% certain on it, but from experience, we think this is gonna line up right. Now, over here, let me skip in. There is the floor mount, the front cab mount right there. Front cab mount there, and then the back cab mount right there. And this is a 720 frame, 620 body. And so you see right there, that's where we're at. Now this is unacceptable. It's got a little bit of a ding to it. We're gonna straighten that out, but no big deal there. The bed on a 720, the bed actually uses, and I apologize for the way the light is. The 720 uses only a mount here. It only uses 6 cab mounts, so 3 on each side. 1 here, 1 midpoint, 1 at the back. The 720 uses 6. 620 uses 8. So they add a mount here. And what we're gonna probably end up doing, is we're gonna take off of this frame section over there, we're gonna take those stands and we're gonna mount them right in here. And they will mount right up, get us the right height. So this one is correct. And this one right here is correct as well. And they all line up. The discrepancy on the bed is that the mount is right, the mount hole for this is going to be right there versus right here. So what we're going to do is we'll drill this out. We'll probably drill a large hole here for a socket, so you can use an actual socket driver to get that in, and then that should be good to go. And then the bumper ends should probably be about the right length, right where they are. So I hope you enjoy the video. The next video will show us doing the fabrication needed to fix this, to make it 100% right, and then hopefully get the sandblasted, painted, and the process of getting the the actual body and everything on it. Something I didn't cover is the fact that the steering also gets a little bit of a change. We'll cover that in another video because we do have to do some modification to make that work, but it'll be great. It'll be easy, and we have everything to do it. So until next time, we'll catch you later.